everyone, and welcome to Flemington in Melbourne, the home of the biggest event on the Australian racing calendar around the world. From Dubai to Tokyo, from New York to London, over 400 million people are counting down to our great race, the Melbourne Cup. The year-long wait is nearly over, and the days of preparation are done.
And Court of Honour receiving attention before the start of the Foster's Melbourne Cup. Well, everyone in Australia is having a bet today. Everyone at Flemington is certainly having a bet. Millions of dollars changing hands in the betting ring. We have two systems of betting in Australia, the totalisator and the bookmakers, and Tim Gossage is down there with the bookies as the frantic last-minute action takes place. Tim?
Thanks very much, Peter. Well, they've come for Oscar Schindler. It is a standout favourite. It is 5-1 on the tote. You cannot get that price in the bookmakers' ring. Bookmakers are sweating on Oscar Schindler to get beaten. They stand to lose a lot of money. Doremus is the best of the Australian contingent. Nothing like a Dane's got admirers, as has Saintly, but Senator from New Zealand.
135 years after Archer won the first Melbourne Cup. 116 years after 100,000 people attended the Melbourne Cup for the first time in 1880. The tradition really carries on to Flemington on the first Tuesday in November of 1996.
They're ready now for the Foster's Melbourne Cup of 1996. Electrifying roars from the crowd. And this great race has begun. Saintly, one of the best to jump away with Arctic sent towards the inside. Skybow Alcove, nothing like a Dane up there early. Oscar Schindler allowed to drift back a little bit early. Grey Shots racing forward, so too is Court of Honour. Then Estadart followed by Centico. Count Shivers behind them. He's getting back in the early part. Fewer Chosen's wide out, but he is going forward from his wide alley. And then Super Slew, followed by the Bandit around the Phantom Chance. Cheviot drifting back to the tail of the field. Doremus is third last, and Boart's back to second last. Coming down the straight on the first circuit in the Foster's Melbourne Cup of 1996. And the leader is Grey Shot. Fewer Chosen going up on the outside of it second. Then set to go on the outside of Court of Honour, and nothing like a Dane into a beautiful spot, 50 inside. They were followed by Saintly racing on the inside of El Cove. Istadard 3 wide and Super Slew 4 deep. Then My Kiwi Gold around Circles of Gold, and on the inside Count Shivers. A length and a half to the stablemates. The Bandit on the inside of the Phantom Chance. A length and a half to Senator on the inside of Oscar Schindler. 1.5 lengths to Arctic Scent around its Skybow. Then Sapio fourth last on the inside of Doremus, and at the tail is Boart on the outside of Cheviot. Along the Maribyrnong River side of the track, 2,000 metres to go. About 10 or 12 lengths would cover up first from last. And the big field of 22 is headed by Grey Shot. His leader's about a length and a half. Few Are Chosen running second, and nothing like a Dane. Few Are Chosen stablemate is third on the inside. Super Slew just trapped a little bit wide on the outside of Court of Honour. Then Saintly having a lovely run, sixth on the rails. Centico, the outsider of the field, is out 3 wide around El Cove, and then came Count Shivers the inside. Back midfield, Circles of Gold racing between Estadart and the Bandit, taking all the shortcuts on the rails. Then came Senator, followed by My Kiwi Gold, the Phantom Chance. Wonder Oscar Schindler, then Arctic Scent on the inside of Skybow from Sapio Doremus. Cheviot and Boart last, and still about 12 lengths off the leader, Grey Shot. 1,300 metres left to go. Grey Shot leads a length and a quarter. Few Are Chosen second. Nothing like a Dane's had a lovely run through the rails. A length further back to Super Slew. Another length and a half then to Saintly. A half to Court of Honour. Then came Count Shivers racing on the inside of El Cove. Sendico's out 3 wide. Then came the Bandit, Circles of Gold. Estadart around yet about 2 lengths away then to Senator. They were followed by the Phantom Chance. Further back then to Arctic Scent. My Kiwi Gold going up around the midfield from Oscar Schindler. He's on the outside of Arctic Scent and Skybow, and then Doremus, Sapio, Cheviot and Boart still last of all. 800 metres to go in the Foster's Melbourne Cup, and it's Grey Shot now being pressured by Few Are Chosen. Super Slew to third, a length away, nothing like a Dane, followed by Court of Honour. Centico next, and Saintly's on the inside, followed by Estadart as they turn for home. Now Saintly taken to the outside and is starting to work into it. It's Great Shot being tackled by Nothing Like a Dane. Nothing Like a Dane took the lead. Here is Saintly. Saintly's coming after him. Count Shivers working into the race. Then Super Slew, followed by Senator running on. Oscar Schindler struggling. Saintly hit the lead in the Melbourne Cup. He drew a length in front of Nothing Like a Dane. Count Shivers. Skybow running on. Saintly in front for Darren Friedman. Bart Cummings has got his 10th Melbourne Cup. Saintly's going to win the Melbourne Cup for Darren Friedman and Bart Cummings. Saintly first. Second placing goes to Count Chivas, a great run. Skybow third, then Senator, Doremus, Nothing Like a Dane. Cheviot next from Arctic Scent. Then came Grey Shot, Circles of Gold, Sapio, the Bandit. Then Centigo, the Phantom Chance, Estadard, Super Slew, Oscar Schindler, Elko, My Kiwi Gold, Court of Honour, Board and Fewer Chosen, knocked up to finish towards the rear of the
Doffs
field.
the cap. Bart Cummings now has his own Melbourne Cup. He's going to try and get through with Dato Tanchinam to lead the horse back in. The VRC have made a special trophy for Bart Cummings if and when he won his 10th Melbourne Cup. On the first Tuesday in November of 1996, he's done just that. He'll take his own Melbourne Cup away today and confirm himself as the king of Australia's greatest race. The plaudits of the crowd as Darren Beedman, a man whose career hit rock bottom when he was disqualified in Hong Kong. But like all true champions, he dug deep and found the stuff that champions are made of. He dedicated his life to Christianity. He bounces back. And now, for the second time, Darren Beedman comes back to the winner's stall after the Melbourne Cup. What a fantastic performance to train this horse for 2 miles after it won the Cox Plate 2 weeks ago. And there it is, the famous star jump. He practiced it at the Cox Plate. This might be even better. Darren Beedman unsettling Saintly now. Gallant in defeat, the place getters. But this scene gets more and more frantic, more and more chaotic every year. Bart Cummings, well, he looks calm on the outside, he always does, but he shed a tear after the Cox Plate. I wouldn't be at all surprised if you might see one here at Flemington this afternoon. In fact, I think there might have already been one rolling down the cheek. Saintly comes back. He needs to be a placid horse because of the attention that is focused on him from up above and from here on ground level. He is a placid horse, and that's half the reason he won the Melbourne Cup today. He relaxed. He was ridden a beautiful race by Darren Beedman. At the top of the straight, when the accelerator was hit, he responded. Nothing Like a Dane had a beautiful run in the race. It was perfectly ridden by Shane Dye. But Saintly was able to charge away. Count Chivas has run a great race for the Lee Friedman stable in finishing second. Skybow third. Fourth in the race was the Kiwi Senator. And getting home for 5th placing was Nothing Like a Dane. Oscar Schindler got a long way back in the race and began to make a charge in the home straight. His run petered out probably over the last 200 metres or so, but you certainly can't take anything away from the winner. And look at the smile on his face.
Darren. Second, 2S King, 57.
Stephen King, who's tasted victory
Third, 22,
today,
Jay Holder, 50.
settling for second. What a moment for young Jason Holder, the 3rd place getter. Skybow.
Fourth, 11, L.O. Sullivan.
4th was Senator, the Kiwi, Lance O'Sullivan. And Shane Dye will hop on the scales in 5th placing, knowing that he's done everything possible to take that horse to victory. But on the day, the best horse has won the race, and the best Melbourne Cup trainer we've ever seen has won the race. Bart Cummings makes it 10. The time for the journey, 3:18.8. They'll remember this one. Bart Cummings will certainly remember it, because in just a moment, he'll get his slice of the $2.2 million prize money, but more importantly, he'll get his own Melbourne Cup. And we'll be back after this break to watch him do just that.